All right, just about set to go. And our starting pitcher here today, Eduardo Rodriguez. Chris, he's looking for a bounce back this season.
Yeah, and I think this guy understands that if he doesn't make quicker adjustments and show improvement, that the patience that his manager has will not last as long as it did last year. So we'll see if he can get off to a great start. Perhaps the work that he did in the offseason will show good results early on, but he's got to get out of the gates going strong, or else he may find himself in the bullpen or back in the minor leagues.
Just missed.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
2-2 now. And that just misses.
That was pretty close on the inside, and obviously he's not too happy with the call out there on the mound as he lets the umpire hear it a little bit. This is where you can't let that frustration compound itself, though. You got to let it out and move on.
Struck him out looking.
Well, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike three. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
Here's Ketel Marte. Missed with a changeup. Ball one. That clips the corner.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Strike two. One out, bases empty.
2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Outside with a breaking ball. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
And that one fouled off. 2 outs, bases empty. Next pitch is inside, and that's ball one.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Pitch misses. The count now 2-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the first.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here in Miami. And towing the slab in this one, Sandy Alcantara. What do we need to know here?
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Luis Ariz stands in. Way inside, gets out of the way. Bunting for a hit. Not in time. That's a bunt single.
Nearly a highlight reel play at third, but the bare hand grab still wasn't enough to get the out. Great effort to make that play as close as it was, though.
Now the number 2 hitter, Wilyer Abreu. That one in triple digits. Alcantara, a former Cy Young Award winner. He features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. And strike 2.
0-2.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4,
That's an out.
3, and they turn the double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And here it comes. Well struck right field. That's down. One hops off the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Kind of put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Well, here's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs.
Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Caught him looking for the K. An inning in the books. No score here on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And it's caught for the out. Manny Machado up to the plate. Machado, a multi-Gold Glove Award winner, over 1,000 runs batted in his career. He joined the team as a free agent. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back there onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Thought that was a no-doubter. Like the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
And now Junior Caminero.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
That one hit to right. Abreu on his way over. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's the center fielder, Jackson Chourio. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. Alcantara back to work. A swing and a soft line. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in. And one pitch into the inning. It's a leadoff double.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. He didn't exactly connect with this one as he met it out front, but he still put a decent enough swing on it to get it into the outfield. You know, and if you finish the swing and just extend your follow-through, you're going to run into knocks just like that. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
Ball one there. Runner in scoring position, nobody out here on opening day.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. Line drive, caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Anthony Santander at the plate. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Now one missed.
Outside.
Check swing went around. Strike one.
I got a ball, one strike.
Right through there for a strike.
One
One
ball,
out and a runner at
two
second here in game one of this three-game set. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Tap foul at the plate. And that misses. 1-1. Breaking ball misses down and away.
2-1.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. That K is his third of the game. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. We head on down to the top of the third. No score. And we're back. New inning getting started. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Fastball for a strike. Ripped to right. And a quick out, number one. Next to hit, Austin Wells. This guy's turned into one of the best catchers in the National League. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way to beat the shift. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a two-bagger.
He was all over that one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
One out, runner at second. Here's O'Neal Cruz. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
No, Boog, I know it's obvious, but you just can't miss Cruz when he's on the field. I've never seen a player like him. I mean, he's 6'7", weighs 220 pounds, and is the tallest shortstop in the history of Major League Baseball.
That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Against good pitchers, you've got to take advantage of the mistakes. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't miss a stitch.
So man aboard, one down, and it's Tatis at the plate. Led off the game with a strikeout. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Tatis waits. And that one ripped into right. Fair ball. Flying around third is Cruz. He'll score easily.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. Struck out swinging his first time. Just missed. Tatis, the runner at second with one away. Runner takes off for third. Pitch misses. Throw to third. He's safe. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And that one fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Breaking ball inside. Full count now.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
One away with a runner at third. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. In the air, foul off first. Arise snags it for the second out. Juan Soto now. His first at bat was a strikeout.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
That's a base hit as a run scores.
Comes through with the RBI. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. He's 0 for 1. And that's off the inside edge.
Counts
1-0. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two outs. Foul ball there. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. In the dirt, blocked. Well done behind the dish. This one high in the air to left center. Santander in pursuit. And that'll do it. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Dominican Republic with the lead 3-0. Back here at Lone Depot Park, set for the bottom of the 3rd, digging in, Ezequiel Tovar. And the first offering is not close.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And that one clips the corner.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
3 balls, 1 strike.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base with a quick free pass.
So the batting order turns over. And now the first baseman, Luis Arias. And a swing and a miss.
0-1.
And a foul ball. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Got it. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Wilyer Abreu will hit next. He's 0 for 1. And that one finds its way through. And now 2 aboard. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. Doubled his first time up.
Boog, here's someone that loves playing at home, and who can blame him? His numbers are historically better, and he's already 1 for 1 out of the chute.
Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Next pitch is outside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
That's ball 3.
In the dirt. And they're all loaded up.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
So they're all loaded up. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. And that's in for a strike.
There it was, a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. And fouled off.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
He boots it. Still finds a way to get off the throw. He makes the throw, but it's not in time. And they get a run at home. And now the center fielder, Jackson Chourio. Golden opportunity right here. And that's in for a strike. 0-1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there. Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
That
Ball
misses. 1-2 to count.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. 0 for 1 so far. First pitch misses. Two outs. Bases are full. That misses. And the count is 2-0.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
There's a strike. Slap the other way, foul. Headed towards the corner. Soto really on his horse for. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Outside low, and now it's filled up 3-2.
Bases loaded here. If he walks him, probably not the worst thing, because the alternative.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back here in Miami, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Manny Machado. On the inside corner for a strike.
Well, these players doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Not close with that one, and the count is 1-2.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Here's a big power threat. Junior Caminero flied to right his first time. One down, base is empty. And a foul ball. A changeup missing. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. That's a ball. 2-2 to count.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Here's the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
Makes the catch, inning over. Ready to go, bottom 4. And here is Anthony Santander. And that one a little below the knees, and it's 1-0.
You know, this group of hitters showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Outside,
out.
And the count's even at 2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Next pitch just misses, and a full count now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
The third baseman, number 7.
Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. That's inside. Ball 1. Fought off foul. Santander on at first. Nobody out. And that is out of play. That misses, and the count is even 2-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Liner caught at second.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
At the plate, Ezequiel Tovar. He reached out a walk his first time. And that one is downstairs, and that is ball 1. Man at first, one away. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Rodriguez makes the grab, 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup, Luis Arias getting ready to hit, 1 for 2. That one hooked foul. Swing and a ground ball. Marte in plenty of time to first. Out number 3. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Rodriguez back to work. And ball one.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from. Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at-bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Just missed.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that is a foul ball. Ground ball up the middle, and that one handled. Gets it to first. One away here in the 5th.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
And the batter will be the shortstop, O'Neal Cruz. Doubled his first time.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field. But he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
Well, I'll always remember how Cruz left his mark on Major League Baseball in his debut. 3 innings into his first game, he had the hardest throw by any infielder in baseball, the hardest hit ball all season by a Pirate, and the fastest sprint speed by a Pirate. This guy does it all. Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Couldn't get any air under him, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there was just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Tatis in the box now. No balls and a strike. Tatis, 26 years old, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Runner on the go. In the air on the infield. Altuve. Out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman, Marte.
Now it's the second baseman, Ketel Marte. 0 for 2 in this one. That misses. Ball 1.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Cruz off of first with 2 away. That's to third, and that's a fair ball. Santander gets it back in quickly. Runner puts on the brakes at second, so it's first and second with 2 out.
There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there.
Here's Juan Soto. Up the middle, jumps, throws, and very nicely done for the out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Leading off, Wilyer Abreu. Just
plate, ball
missed.
one.
Well, these guys digging into their numbers have to be happy with the swings they're taking. A handful have turned into outs, but of the balls they put in play, 10 have been line drives. I say keep barreling the ball and good things will happen. Don't let that get you frustrated.
That one inside. 2-1. Chopper right side. Marte throws to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth.
Now batting, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy. Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
Base is empty, one away here on opening day. And that one is inside, ball one. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. That one misses, and the count is filled up. This ball's chopped on the ground. Fires over to Guerrero. Home half of the fifth inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Ronald Acuna.
And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Swinging a foul straight back. Just missed. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And that's outside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Just misses with that one.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Laser could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. Into second, and he's got a double.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
And now Jackson Chorio. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. Runner at second, 2 down. Can't glove it cleanly. Still manages a throw. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Jose Buto.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. digs in now. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Check swing, called strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Jose Quijada getting loose out there. Serpa, the power lefty, up as well. Swing and a miss, struck him out. couldn't catch up to the heater. Now Machado up here. That one a little bit high, and it's 1-0.
Counts 1-0.
Foul ball. One down, base is empty. And there's a ball. Just off the outside edge. Counts full, 3-2. He goes down looking. Two down, base is empty. Now here is Junior Caminero. Up and in, 1-0.
1-0.
Lined, and that's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, the center fielder, Julio.
And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Two outs. And another ball. Missed with a changeup. And it's 3-0. Austin Wells in the on-deck circle. And fires in a fastball at 95. And that one pulled foul.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball. And ball four, two aboard.
Ball four.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone cold take.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Austin Wells. And this is a guy that doesn't just impact the game defensively. They count on him to deliver offense.
He's the first guy at the ballpark. He's got to study opposing hitters. He's got to get familiar with his starting pitcher for that night.
No strike.
And he's getting in the cage to take his swings. That's a whole lot, and so many times goes unnoticed.
Caminero over at second. Rodriguez at first. 2 out of the inning.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
The 1-2. And down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. 2 left on to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Rush on top here, 3-1. And we're back. And here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with
That's a
the
ball.
other more recognizable names in this lineup.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Felix Bautista appears to be getting loose. Garcia getting loose as well. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Anthony Santander now at the plate. He is struck out and he is walked. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Swing and a foul out of play.
All set to throw pitch number 100. He needs a quick inning here if he's going to be able to make it through 6 complete.
That one
ball,
way
2
inside.
strikes.
Straighten him up a little bit.
With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. That one not close. Ball 2. On the ground right side. 4, 6,
Out.
3. And they turn the double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Now the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. And a breaking ball misses outside. Next offering is in for a strike. Gets a piece and stays alive. That missed by a lot. 2-2. Chop back up the middle. Marte whips it to first. Third out.
Now pitching.
Daniel Palencia into the game.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And now here is O'Neal Cruz.
O'Neal Cruz.
Fastball is outside.
Well, these players, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've logged 6 hits at 90+ exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
And that one in the air center field. Chorio under it. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting. Right fielder, Fernando.
And the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. And that's downstairs. Ball one. Base is empty, one away here in the top half of inning number 7. Fastball for a strike. A little bit high. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
There's a strike, 95 of that one.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat.
That's a good at-bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance, works the walk. So digging in, Ketel Marte, 1 for 3. And takes low for ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
And that's in the dirt.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at-bat.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Tatis around second. The throw to third. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. And now it's Juan Soto. Runner takes off. And there's a foul ball. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
2 on, 1 out. And a swing and a miss. 2 away.
Gosh, here it is, hit it. 3-pitch strikeout, all fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Right through there for a strike. Two on, 2 outs. Foul ball, still 0-2. Ball 1 there.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Got him. Huge strikeout there.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Felix Bautista.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
So digging in, Ezequiel Tovar.
Ezequiel Tovar.
The shortstop takes the ball. Bautista, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, and he works in a slider. Not even close there. And now 2-0. And there's the strike. Off the mark there. And that's ball 3. That one in triple digits.
3-2.
Three and two. The pitch is outside, and ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Now at the plate, Luis Arias. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. And that's off the outside edge. Ball 1.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
And another ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And that's a little bit high. Ball 3.
That's a really good take.
With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom of the 7th. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. The tying run at the plate. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Line drive. Oh, he can't hang on.
Nice at bat right there. Not just the result, but also seeing a lot of pitches. Made him really work out there on the mound.
Really important at bat coming up now.
And now the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
First pitch, and he just misses. Tovar, the lead runner out at second. Arias on at first with nobody out. That one inside. Now 2-0. Jose Altuve in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And that'll load the bases.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Jose Altuve steps up in a big spot here. You gotta feel like there's a pretty good chance this game is gonna turn on one swing.
This is a big spot for a big-time player.
And that one fouled off.
Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs, one hitter at a time.
So the tying run at second.
They need a strikeout
And you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Swings and misses. 2-2 now. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. Out towards right center field. Tatis sizes this one up. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Felix Bautista won't go any further, and he leaves with the bases loaded, so he'll look for some help from his teammate coming in behind him.
Now
Yohan Duran gets the ball now.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. in a huge spot. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Turned on, but foul wide of third. One out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Good eye right there.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Next offering is downstairs.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That one missing inside. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Ball four, and a run comes in to score.
Well, not what they were looking for from him out of the pen. That'll drive a manager crazy. He wants guys to come in and attack the strike zone.
Big spot, and here comes Jackson Chourio. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
First pitch just misses. Little chopper rolls foul. Next offering is down low. One out. The go-ahead run is at second. That one outside, and it's 3-2. Ball four, and a run comes in to score.
Well, all tied up again, and that's a pretty rough way to give up a lead. It's just kind of a gut punch for the entire team to issue the free pass right there.
So bases all loaded up. Perez will hit next. There's the strike, 95 of that one.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried.
Slides, but it gets by him. In to score is the runner from third, and it's an RBI single, and they take the lead in the 7th.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Yohan Duran is done, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Edwin Uceta.
Really tough spot to come into out of the bullpen. Bases loaded with multiple outs to get in a tight ball game. A lot can happen right here.
So bases loaded with 1 away. Now the left fielder, Anthony Santander. Ball 1, no strikes.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2, get out of this.
Fouled off. He was late.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Outside. And a count 2-1. Bases loaded. 1 away.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Hit in the air, center field. Rodriguez settles under it. He's got it. Here comes the runner from third. Relay throw. Not in time. He's safe at the plate. And they lead by 2.
They had a chance to add to their lead right there, and they did with the sac fly. Nice job of getting it done. Really good execution with that at bat.
Eugenio Suarez getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. Swings through that.
Well, strike 1 is so critical in an at bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Whoa, that's down.
Squirts away a little bit. Not in time. He's safe. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third. Fouled off down the right side. Chorio at third. Perez on at first with 2 down. Swings and misses. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. We look ahead to inning number 8. The veterans have the advantage, 5-3. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brusdar Graterol.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here comes Manny Machado. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
Well, he's always a threat. Even if this guy is 0 for 3 for the night with 3 strikeouts, he can come up that 4th time and do damage because he's that good.
Out to short, Tovar. Throws across the diamond. First out in the top of the 8th.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
So up next, Junior Caminero. And that one hammered. Santander racing after it. Can't get there. This one lands foul. Grotterol fires. On the ground. And foul ball. Swing and a miss at 96. Struck him out. 2 out. Here's the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Grotterol, 26 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 8th. And it's fouled away. The next offering misses, and it's 2-1. Two down, nobody on. That misses the zone, and it's 3-2. Austin Wells waiting in the on-deck circle.
They can get him up. He'd represent the tying run, so critical pitch right here.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back here in Miami, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the shortstop, Ezequiel Tovar. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
1-1. Hoog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
And a foul ball. In the air, out towards right center. Rodriguez sizing this one up. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Luis.
And here's the first baseman, Luis Arias. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Here's the 0-2. And that's down and away.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
And downstairs.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Now batting, right field.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Now pitching.
Robert Suarez comes out trying to close it out. A chance at his first save of the year. Austin Wells digs in now. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Ball one, no strikes. Swing and a pop-up. Tovar makes the grab, one down. He's 2 outs away. Cruz, the next to hit. And he blows that one by him at 100.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Off the mark there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The shortstop takes the ball. Base is empty, 1 away here at the top of the 9th. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. Just missed.
That's the ball. Counts 1-0.
Swing and a foul straight back.
Ball 2.
That clips the inside corner for a strike. Suarez is just 1 strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark, you're sleeping in your own bed, you're eating your clubhouse manager's food, everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
Hi, everybody. It's Mook Shambi. Welcome to the show. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here.
The right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Clips the corner, and a new season is officially underway. Swing and a foul out of play. And down on strikes. And there's 1 down. Ketel Marte up to the plate. Look out! And it hit him.
Well, the one positive, if you're out there on the mound, it's knowing that you can still get out of this inning with one pitch. You can't let that mistake snowball here. Get that ground ball, get out of the inning with a double play.
Juan Soto, the next to hit, takes ball one. Man at first, one away. Soto measures 6 feet 2 inches, 26 years old, and he's a former home run derby champ.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Marte leads off first with one away.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs, and it's fouled away. Outside low, and the count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. We'll go to the bottom of the first, 0-0. Back here with my pal Singy, and today's starting pitcher, Sandy Alcantara. And Singy, he's a workhorse, loves pitching deep into his starts.
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
We go to the bottom of the first. Luis Ariz stands in. There's a strike, 95 of that one. Towards first. Guerrero steps on the bag. One gone, bottom half of the first. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. And a big part of it, a guy with a great track record, Salvador Perez.
Boog, if I'm the manager, this is the guy I wanted to play with the game on the line. I mean, he's just so special in these situations. The best of the best.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Get out of town. He circles the bases. It's 1-0.
He wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. Swinging a foul straight back.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
One out, bases empty, and a run in here on opening day. Way inside.
2 strikes.
1 out, bases empty. Gets a piece and stays alive. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
5 foul balls in this at-bat so far, and these two are going head-to-head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
2 outs, bases empty. Now it's the DH, Ronald Acuna Jr. There's the strike. Tap foul at the plate. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That ends the frame. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's an early 1-0 lead. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And we're back. Now the third baseman, Manny Machado. Rodriguez back to work. Pitch misses. Ball 1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away. Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And that's a strike. That one misses, and the count is even 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
And now the DH, Junior Caminero. This one smoked out to left. Santander squeezes it. 2 down. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
2 down, nobody on. Next offering misses down and away. Oh, look at the stop. The throw, nicely done for the out. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the center fielder, Jackson Chourio.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
And that misses. And it's 2-1. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Next one in the dirt. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
And that's in there at the knees. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
Soto makes the play. Out number 2.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Anthony Santander stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Marte hauls it in to end the inning. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Here's the speedy catcher, Austin Wells. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, should be a good outing for him.
0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. This to third, a dive, nice stop, fires to first, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
It's good hustle. And when you're talking about an emerging leader on a team, those are the things that are going to be necessary for him to do to set that example, you know, game in, game out.
Here's O'Neal Cruz. There's the strike.
0-1's the count.
And that one fouled off.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
And he deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
So man aboard, 1 down, and it's Tatis at the plate. That's outside.
Nope, outside.
And that's ball 1. Tatis waits. That one fouled off. Tying run is at first here on opening day. Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Two 1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
First and second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And fouled off. And just misses with that one.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Got him swinging.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back here at Lone Depot Park, and Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. That one missing inside. Fouled off. He was late. Right side. Marte. And a quick out, number 1.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
That's your stop. Ezekiel.
So up next, Ezekiel Tovar. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And first offering is fouled off. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. The throw to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Here comes Luis Ariz to the plate. If you're looking for contact, this is your guy.
Yeah, and if you're looking for batting titles, he's also your guy. Ariz is the first player in MLB history to win 3 straight with 3 different teams. The Twins, Marlins, and the Padres.
Nope, that's a ball.
2 out, space is empty. That one missed. And that skips into there.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
To third, Machado. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Back here in Miami, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That's in there. Strike one. Vladdy, 25 years old, and he's a former All-Star Game MVP. Out to short, Tovar. Whips it to first, and Guerrero is set down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Manny Machado up to the plate. Struck out swinging his first time. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. That's in there, and the count 1-1.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Up the middle. Machado is out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Junior Caminero.
Here's a big power threat. Junior Caminero, 0 for 1 so far. Right through there for a strike.
Ball, that's out.
There's a swing and a drive. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul.
Well, he's ready for that fastball right there. Really turned on it, hit it hard, had the distance, but just too much hook to it. So might want to make a little bit of an adjustment, let it travel a little more, and see if you can keep that thing fair.
Gets to it with a slide. Throw to first, and that's a great play for the out. So they make short work of him there. On now to the bottom of the fourth. The veterans on top, 1-0. Bottom 4, stepping in, Wilyer Abreu. He's a guy, Chris's highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms of the sport. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Yeah, the infielders and the catcher can never give up on a play, because if this guy thinks he has a chance, he's going to throw it from the warning track if he has to.
And it's a strikeout for the Sandman, his second of the game. Really aggressive at the plate in that at-bat, Singy. He was hacking at all of them.
Yeah, and he chased all 3 of the pitches, Boog, and that's not an at-bat you feel good about as a hitter, but I think we have to give some credit to the guy out there on the mound. Clearly those offerings had some serious deception to him.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that drops in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
Good eye right there.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
That misses. 2-2. And that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
That misses, and that is ball 1.
So, Boog, here's an interesting fact about Acuna. He has the most home runs at Truist Park. He passed Freddie Freeman for the top spot in 2023, and I think he might hold that record for a while.
And that one a little below the knees. 2-0. And that's downstairs and outside.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
First and second, 1 out. Now here is Jackson Chorio, third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
There it was, a high-velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it falls. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with 1 out.
I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. Golden opportunity right here.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Altuve, the runner at third. Acuna at second. Chorio over at first with 1 away. And misses inside.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for home. Play at the plate. Not in time. He's safe. And they lead by 2.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Anthony Santander at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Tap back to the mound. Fires over to Guerrero. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. On to the top of the 5th we go. Venezuela lead it 2-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Rodriguez back to work. Foul ball there.
Well, these guys, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
The 1-1. High fly ball out towards left field. Santander raging back towards the wall. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
On the ground right side. Slings to first in time.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
So 2 down now, and here is O'Neal Cruz.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Rocketed out towards right center. Great effort, but it gets down.
Now batting, right fielder,
Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
So the batting order turns over, and the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. Over to first, and he's saved. In the air, left side. Santander makes the catch, and that is that. And we're back. Here's the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez.
And first offering is fouled off. And he swings through that one.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
That one outside. Ball 1. Battling here as he fouls it away. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he pulls in with a double for his first hit of the year.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Now it's the shortstop, Ezequiel Tovar. Grounded out his first time up. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Man at second. On the ground. And that's just foul. Oh and 2 now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the dirt. Activity in the bullpen. Edwin Uceta up and loosening in the pen. Moretta also throwing. The shortstop takes a ball.
2-2 to count.
That one way inside. Ground ball up the middle. Marte. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
Tough play on a nice backhand stop. Had to be perfect with the exchange and throw to get the out, but it looked like he had to dig in there a little deeper, like he was trying to get a split finger grip or something. Close play, but that little extra time on the transfer made all the difference.
Back to the top of the lineup, and here's the first baseman, Luis Arias. On the ground, right side, and a foul ball. Runners at the corners, nobody out here on opening day. Off the mark there. And that's ball one.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
On the ground to third, might be two. Goes to second for one. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing.
First and third, nobody out. You're thinking you've got it lined up for a pretty big inning right here. So that double play is pretty deflating. They get the run in, but now they're starting all over.
Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Gets the outside corner with that one. That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. And that one is inside. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. But they push across 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 5 innings complete. The veterans have the advantage, 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's Ketel Marte. Late with the swing there.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
A changeup missing, and a count 2-1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Brings it in, and there's one away.
The left fielder, number 22,
Juan Soto now, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging, too. That catches the top part of the zone. 0-1.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. Because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
To the right side. And that one finds its way through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch misses.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. And there's a ball. Soto leads off first with 1 away.
Ball 3.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Ball 4.
Well, this could be the start of something. They haven't found a way to score yet, but now's their chance to change that.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Manny Machado will hit next. In the air, right field. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Junior Caminero digs in now. Fouled off down the right side. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Runner tags from third. He'll score on the sac fly. It's 3-1.
Well, he'll take the sac fly on the mound right there. Bases loaded. I mean, this is a high leverage situation. And if you can limit the other team, you're doing pretty good work. See if he can get this next out.
And now Julio Rodriguez. Just missed. Movement in the bullpen. Brusdar Graterol preparing to come on if needed. Alvarado getting loose as well. And he grounds one to the right side. It's in and out of his glove, but they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. Two men left stranded, but they do push across one. On to the bottom of inning number 6. Venezuela out front here, 3-1. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Edwin Uceta.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Jose Altuve getting ready to hit, 1 for 2.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
And that's in there at the knees. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Yohan Duran, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. He is struck out and he is walked. Ripped to short. One away, bottom of the 6th.
The center fielder, number 12, Jackson.
So digging in, Jackson Chourio. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Just off the outside edge. Now 1-2. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And foul ball. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Goes down looking.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the seventh. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Jose Alvarado.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And here's the catcher, Austin Wells. And this is a guy that doesn't just impact the game defensively. They count on him to deliver offense.
He's the first guy at the ballpark. He's got to study opposing hitters. He's got to get familiar with his starting pitcher for that night. And he's getting in the cage to take his swings. That's a whole lot, and so many times goes unnoticed.
And now 2-0.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
Next offering is fouled back. That's down and in. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Ground ball left side, and it gets by him.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And now the shortstop, O'Neal Cruz. And that one's a little bit low, and it's 1-0.
This is a good situation if you want to try to steal a base. 9-hitter, and you're about to turn this lineup over, so get a little momentum as you turn it over.
And another ball. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
That one misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Fernando Tatis Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Tying run at the plate. That one finds the zone, and the count is 3-1. And that is out of play.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And the tying run is on base.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
First and second, no outs. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. And that one fouled off.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
The 0-2. And that's
1 ball,
outside.
2 strikes.
That
2
one
balls,
missed.
2 strikes.
Pitch misses. Full count now.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Down the line, and it's foul. And that one in the air center field. Chorio drifts towards it. He's got it. Runner tags at second. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only one out.
Now we'll see if moving up to third there pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a base hit. We'll see what happens.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Jose Alvarado gives way, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching.
Jose Butto comes on now.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Big at bat coming up for Ketel Marte. That one ripped. And no one can get there. One runs in. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third.
Well, that's a big swing of the bat, driving in the run with the two-bagger. Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're on your way to extra bases. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
Big situation, calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Turned on, but foul wide of third. One out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Swing and a foul out of play. And now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Stays alive. Next offering upstairs.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Well, that's a frustrating at bat right there. Big opportunity and just missed it. I know he wanted to do some damage. Next guy will have to pick him up.
Manny Machado to the dish for a pivotal at bat. 1 for 3.
Ball 1.
In the dirt. No
Count
advance. Good job behind the dish. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Right side. Abreu on the move. Squeezes it. And that's the 3rd out. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Back after this on the show. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the left fielder, Anthony Santander. Uceta in his 2nd season, 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And first offering is fouled off. Next offering is outside. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball still, a 1 and 2 count. Up the middle. Tosses to first. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now batting. the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a man aboard now with one away.
Now batting, shortstop, Ezekiel.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ezekiel Tovar. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Throw to second, tag, out at second.
Man, I see him trying to be aggressive right there late in this ball game. Try to add on to that lead. You know, I really like the thought, but it just didn't work out that time. Nice job by the defense right there to keep things right where they are in terms of the score.
Two down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the seventh.
Ball.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning.
Now pitching.
Brusdar Graterol gets the call from the pen. Well, one-run game, and now Junior Caminero. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1.
No, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that is downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
2-2 down.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Julio Rodriguez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Graterol fires. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
No outs, runner at first. Digging in, Julio Rodriguez. 0 for 3 in this one. That one hooked foul. Yeah, that's fouled off.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swings and misses, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Austin Wells at 96. That pitch is in for a strike. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Breaking ball inside. And 1-1. Trying to hold a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. And downstairs.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
O'Neill Cruz in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Caminero stands at first with 1 out. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
So the tying run in scoring position now. O'Neill Cruz now at the plate. Up the middle, and a base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He scores to tie it up. It's 3-all.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield. Really important at bat coming up now.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Brusdar Graterol will depart, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break. Daniel Palencia will take over here.
And never an easy situation coming in with runners at second and third. He's got a base to work with, so he doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to make some quality pitches.
Fernando Tatis Jr., the next to hit. High fly ball out to left field. Santander settles under it. Drops into the glove. Here comes the runner from third. A big run scores on the sac fly. They lead it in the 8th.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Now it's the second baseman, Ketel Marte.
This is a big spot for a big-time player.
Just missed. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Angel Serpa getting loose out there. Quijada also getting ready. The 1-0. And that drops in for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Next pitch is downstairs. And he chases that one. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So it's 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Last half of the 8th coming up. The Dominican Republic with the lead 4-3. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Felix Bautista. He has a great slider with tons of movement. So digging in, Luis Arias. 3 groundouts already. He's 0 for 3. That one at triple digits. shorten the bunt and missed it. And it's 0-2. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Wilyer Abreu. He's already homered in this game. And there's a strike. Holding on to a 1-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Bautista throws over. Arise back on a dive. Swing and a ground ball. Dives and he can't hang on. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
Well, that at bat had a lot of pressure riding on it, so really great job coming through right there. It's got to feel good. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
Altuve at the plate now, and that's inside. And the 1-0. And there's a ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. That just misses, and that's ball 3.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touched it.
And that'll load the bases.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make the call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Looks like we've got a substitution at first. Entering is the pinch runner, Andres Jimenez. And here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. in a huge spot. You gotta feel like there's a pretty good chance this game is gonna turn on one swing. Fastball for a strike.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Next pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
That one in for a strike, 2-2.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
Swing and a ball line to center. Tries to get back and save.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Big spot, and here comes Jackson Chourio.
Look, this has been a good one. A really good game to this point, and huge opportunity with the bases loaded.
Ball 1 there.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That one off the mark, and it's 2-1.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. One runs in. Now a second crosses the plate.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Felix Bautista out of the game, and he's on the hook for the runners at second and third, so looking for some help there. Back in a minute. Jimmy Garcia on the pitch here.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. Just missed. One down, runners at second and third. That's hard hit on the line. Nabs it. Runner tagging from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly, and they take a 2-run lead.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Anthony Santander digs in now. He gets the intentional walk here, and now will force at any base with 2 gone.
These fans don't like to see that because they showed up to watch him swing the bat, but this team does not want to let him beat him.
First and second, 2 outs. Now the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Ball 1, no strikes. Activity in the bullpen. Brian Abreu getting ready to go. Duran, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. That's inside, and it's 2-0. Fly ball down the line. Tatis really on his horse for it. Won't get to this one. It drops foul.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Squirts away a little bit. 2-2 now. Got him. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. So they get 3 and jump ahead late through 8 full. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Robert Suarez. A chance at his first save of the year. Here's Juan Soto. Chopper right side, and that chance handled. Tosses to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
He's 2 outs away. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. getting ready to hit. Suarez, an all-star a season ago. He features a 4-seam fastball, a sinker, a changeup, and occasionally uses a cutter. Foul ball, still 0-2. One down, base is empty. And that's off the inside edge. 1-2 the count.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That's down and in.
No, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
That to right. Abreu makes the grab. 2 down. So it's their last chance in this one. Manny Machado now at the plate. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Missed with a changeup, and the count even 1-1. They're down to their final strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Suarez is just 1 strike away. And that one is downstairs. And the count's even at 2.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
2 outs. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
All these players were able to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th and just cruise to this win, getting those final 3 outs in the top of the 9th. Excellent job of securing your home.
Ready to go now. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
That's off the inside corner. And we're off and running in a brand new season. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. The first batter of the game leaves the yard, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0. Ketel Marte up to the plate. This one high in the air to left center. Chourio sizes this one up, and there's 1 down. Nice warm day here. Good baseball weather. Does that change anything, Chris, especially for the hitters?
Absolutely. You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about getting jammed on fastballs inside part of the plate. You can kind of be more selective instead of just looking out away so that you can get the barrel to it. And that part, you can get on the inside part of the plate as well.
Chourio hauls it in, 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Fouled off left side. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here on opening day. On the ground. Throws to first in time. 3rd out. Back here at Lone Depot Park, pitching in our game today, Sandy Alcantara. What should we keep an eye on here?
He has a great ability to command a game, Boog, but in order for that to happen today, he's got to limit damage, make smart pitches, and avoid big innings. If he were a golfer, we'd say he needs to avoid any double bogeys out there, and if he does, his scorecard is going to look pretty good at the end of the day.
And now the first baseman, Luis Arias. Shortened the bunt and missed it. It's 0-1. And a bunt towards third. And it goes just foul. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Ah, that hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. And now the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Tying run is at first. You're in game one of this three-game set. On the ground left side, 6, 4,
That's an out.
3. And they turn the double play. Jose Altuve up to hit here.
Got what he was looking for on the mound right there, and his infielders took care of business. Pretty textbook execution between short and second to turn that into 2 outs.
That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And that extends the inning.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Ronald Acuna Jr. stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Acuna measures 6 feet even, batting in the cleanup spot. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP.
Let's go, Ronald.
2 outs. That's a hit. Soto gets it back in quickly. Runner puts on the brakes at second, so it's first and second with 2 out. So up next, Jackson Chourio. And he can't come up with it. Still slings it to second. The throw won't get there in time, and they come away without an out.
That's 3 singles in a row. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Salvi steps into the box now. Fought off foul. To the right side, and that one handled in plenty of time to first, and they get Perez for the out. Out to escape a bases loaded jam unscathed. Back here in Miami, second inning set to go. Here's Manny Machado to start it off. Rodriguez back to work. And fires in a fastball at 95. Next offering is in for a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
And Machado able to spoil that pitch. That one in the dirt, and the count 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swings through that one, it's a strikeout. Next is the designated hitter, Junior Caminero. That one down the line, and that's just foul. To the right side, Altuve handles it, gets it to first. 2 up, 2 down to the top of the second. 2 outs, base is empty. Now it's going to be Julio Rodriguez. And that misses. Ball 1.
Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
There's a strike at the knees.
2
2
balls,
out, space
1
is
strike.
empty. On the ground to third. Slings it across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we're back, bottom of the second. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Anthony Santander. And there's a foul ball.
That's a ball.
There's a strike. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. On to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout. Now, Eugenio Suarez.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Alcantara, a former Cy Young Award winner, he features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Pitch is in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Ground ball right side, and it's off the bag. And they get the out after the ricochet. Now it's the shortstop, Ezequiel Tovar. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Waste no time there. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Luis Ariz stands in. Foul ball there. Tovar off of first with 2 away.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
In the dirt, now 1-2. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Rolled over to third. Machado. They get the force. That's the 3rd out. On to the 3rd inning, and here is Austin Wells. And that one fouled off. Next offering is downstairs. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And foul ball. Cut on and lifted in the air. Santander in pursuit. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away. Here's O'Neal Cruz. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. That clips a corner.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And 1-2.
2 strikes.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. So the lineup flips over, and the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. He's already homered here in this one. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. The wind of the pitch. And that one upstairs, ball one. That's inside.
Boom, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the third. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. And that's in for a strike. 0-1.
You know, this group of hitters definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These guys are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Late swing, fouled off. Tying run is at first here on opening day. And a swing and a miss.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Got him! And one gone. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. A single his first time.
No, here's a player who hits the ball a mile when he connects. In fact, Acuna is the first player in the StatCast era to hit 10 straight home runs, all traveling more than 420 feet. He's not exactly just clearing the fences out there.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Abreu over at first with 1 away. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So 2 down now, and here is Jackson Chourio. Reached on an infield single his first time. That one is absolutely belted. Out of here. A 2-run homer. It's 2-1. So 2 down. And now here is Salvador Perez. That's the third. Machado slings to first. Out number 3. Back here at Lone Depot Park, here's Ketel Marte.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning, get that hot team back in there to swing the bats. Well, these players just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And a foul ball.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
2-2 down.
Helpful.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Popped up first base side. Arise. Sizing this one up. Corrals it. And there's 1 down. And now it's Juan Soto. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And that is in for a strike. 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
1-1 now. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. That one to first, a rise. He'll do it himself. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. Grounded out his first time up. Just missed. Vladdy, 25 years old, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. And another ball. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And that one missing low.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And down on strikes he goes. That K is his 3rd of the game. Ready to go, bottom 4. Anthony Santander at the plate. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
Got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So digging in, Eugenio Suarez. He's 0 for 1. There's a strike. 1 out, base is empty. This one in the air. He's got it, and there's 2 away. And the batter will be the shortstop, Ezequiel Tovar. And he's already singled in this game. And that one clips the corner.
0-1's the count.
Line drive. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Arise in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next offering way off the plate. Just missed. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Manny Machado. Rodriguez back to work. And ball 1.
Well, these guys just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just 1 base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They've got players in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. And now it's even up. Gets a piece. and stays alive. That misses the zone. 3-2 now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Slice to right. And foul ball. That one misses. Nope. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Junior Caminero. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball one. And fouled off. Fouled off. He was late.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Ground ball could be 2. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard. First and second, no outs. And the batter now, Julio Rodriguez. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
That one finds the zone, and the count even at 1. Outside.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
On the ground, 2 ball. Steps on the bag for 1. On to first, double play.
Well, that's what you hope for if you're out there on the mound. First and second, nobody out. Somehow get a ground ball. He got it right there. Nice double play by the infield.
So after the double play, he's trying to pick up his teammate and tie this game. Swing at a ground ball, and it's just foul. That was close.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Man on second, 2 down. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Gets a piece there, we'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
Tried to check his swing, appeal to third, and yes, he did. He went around. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
And O'Neill is struck out. Bottom of the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Wilyer Abreu. That one not close, and that's ball 1.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. So far, they've got 7 hits within the first 3 pitches of an at-bat, so there's been no time to get comfortable on the mound.
Soto flashes the leather on the run and catch. Standing in is the power hitting second baseman, Jose Altuve. 1 for 2. That one clips the outside corner. That's strike one. Bounce to the left side. Cruz on to first. And they get Altuve for the out. 2 down, bases empty. Ronald Acuna Jr. will hit next. Right through there for a strike.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Inside. And the count 1-2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. New pitcher on here, Jose Butto.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
So the batting order turns over. And the batter now, Fernando Tatis Jr. He's already homered in this game. First pitch just misses. And another ball.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Down the line, and it's foul. That one hit the knees for a strike. Line drive, gone.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Marte up to hit for the 3rd time as he lays off inside, ball 1. That one blasted deep to right. Back there. Gone way up into the upper deck. Into the second deck it goes, and we're all square. It's 2-2. Here's Juan Soto. 0 for 2 in this one. And a foul ball. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in here on opening day. That misses, and it's 1-1. That one ripped, but foul. One down, base is empty. And the sweeper misses. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Perez down to first with it, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout. At the plate, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He gets a shot right here against the righty, and he is elite against right-handed pitching. The contact, the average, and delivers the slug.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
That's outside. And the count is 1-1. Inside, just missed. That's ripped. Base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Now Machado up here. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Check swing, called strike. With the go-ahead run at first, and we're in the top half of the 6th. In there. And so now 1-2. and misses. It's a strikeout. And we're back, bottom of the sixth. Here's the center fielder, Jackson Chourio. Slides, but it gets by him.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
And now, Salvador Perez.
Ball one, no strike.
Safe in second, and that was not close. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. That misses the zone, and that's ball two.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Next offering is in for a strike.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Line to left. Fair ball. Headed for the plate. He will score, and they take the lead. It's an RBI single, 3-2.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Didn't try to do too.
Edwin Uceta taking over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now the left fielder, Anthony Santander. This guy with light tower power. Swinging a foul out of play. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That one carrying. Off the sculpture. It's a home run. That did some damage. He'll touch them all. His first homer of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 5-2. Suarez at the plate and takes high there. Nobody out with 3 runs in already this frame. Here in the bottom of the sixth. There's a strike, 95 of that one. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And the sweeper misses for a ball. Swing and a miss struck him out. And now the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar. He's 2 for 2. Slice down the right side. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
2 strikes.
Going to count 1-2. Line drive. Puts it away for the out. 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup. Next to hit, Luis Arias. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Not sure if he was expected for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
On the inside corner for called strike 3. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Brusdar Graterol. And here is Junior Caminero.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Grotterol, a righty that throws with power. 26 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. Now at the plate, Julio Rodriguez. And it's fouled away. Base is empty, 1 away here in the top half of inning number 7. Next pitch downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now one missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Easy out. Let's go.
Next offering down low and in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone. Here's the catcher to hit, Austin Wells. He's 0 for 1. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Foul ball. That misses. Ball 1.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons, he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
And a ground ball to first. Takes it himself. Grotterol gets a 1-2-3 quickly, and that is that.
Now pitching.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Yohan Duran. So digging in, Wilyer Abreu. 1 for 3. And a pitch. That's off the inside corner, and it's 1-0.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Next offering is down low. That one pushed to the left and foul. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. So up next, Jose Altuve. And he can't come up with it. Still fires to first. The throw is late, and he reaches safely.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Acuna stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that is cut on and missed. 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
Good job to fight that one off. Altuve, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That one the other way. Fair ball. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
All over that one right there. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking.
Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. So bases all loaded up. And here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. And that's in for a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
That one at triple digits.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That one just missing inside. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Out to short. Over to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across. Now a chance for Anthony Santander. So with second and third occupied, they go for the intentional walk. Base is now loaded, and there's a force at every base. And now it's going to be Eugenio Suarez. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. That one finds the corner. It's 0-1. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. We're at the top of the 8th. Now here is O'Neal Cruz. Gratterol back to work. The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Right back to him on the mound. To first. And that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Fernando Tatis Jr. the next to hit. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1. That one missing inside.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Marte now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Check swing, called strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tatis on second. Marte at first. 1 gone. Struck him out looking. Next to hit, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
And first offering is fouled off. Two aboard, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. And that's that.
Now pitching.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Brian Abreu.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
So digging in, Ezekiel Tovar.
The shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar.
Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. Abreu, a very difficult guy to get hits off of. It's really rare for teams to string stuff together against him.
He wins every pitch, and for a hitter, sometimes a victory is just fouling off one of his pitches.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. Luis Arias getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch misses.
Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, you can pretty much forget about it.
And that's too high. As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right?
Yeah, and you're hoping that, somehow, some way, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, something bad happens, because outside of that, his stuff is just too good to fail.
Fouls one off. 2-2.
And he's got deception in his delivery, and it's not that he's trying to deceive the hitters. He just has this natural flow that makes it hard for hitters to pick the ball up. It gets on them a little bit quicker than they anticipate, even though they know what the velocity numbers are.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, Wilyer Abreu. And that's outside. And misses inside. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at-bat to hit.
Next one in the dirt. Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Daniel Palencia.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Here's Manny Machado, a walk and a pair of strikeouts.
Manny Machado.
And there's a ball. And another ball. Lifted in the air, right field. Abreu. And it's caught for the out. Digging in, Junior Caminero.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And first offering is fouled off. Swung on, belted. That's going back. Back some more. And gone. And they're chipping away. It's 6-3. One out, bases empty. Julio Rodriguez digs in now. First offering, and it just misses. One out, bases empty, and a run in here at the top of the ninth. That one misses in the dirt.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Just missed.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a
3 balls,
fastball.
1 strike.
And a swing and a miss there.
3-2.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Out towards right center field. Abreu on the move. Makes the grab on the run. And there's 2 down. Here comes the closer here in the ninth, Robert Suarez.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
So they're down to their final out. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Austin Wells. This guy's turned into one of the best catchers in the National League. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
That's inside. Suarez is just 1 strike away. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Now one missed. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, they win the opener at home. First game of the 3-game series, and there's just such a good feeling when you're in your own ballpark. You're sleeping in your own bed. You're eating your clubhouse manager's food. Everything's right in your world, and they played like it today.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.